This is my review of the Plantronics of Voyager line by Polly for the Best Buy blog. I'll be taking a look at both the Voyager 4320 UC and the Voyager Focus 2, showing off all the features that they have and any potential flaws I see with them, and overall showing how they're redefining what it means to be an on-ear headphone, packing as much quality as they can into a small, simple frame device. So starting off with the review, we have the unboxing here. Both devices come with the same cables, a USB-A and a to USB-C connector there that comes off separately, as well as the USB that allows it to connect to Bluetooth for any device from your computer or laptop. And then we have both the headsets here. They do both come with the standard instructions, as well as two different bags. Now, the Voyager UC here comes with a standard canvas bag, as typical with these kinds of electronics. It's nothing wrong with it. It's very straightforward, but it does feel consistent in quality. It doesn't feel cheap whatsoever. It's still a nice fabricy material. But I do prefer the Voyager 2 Focus case, as it's much more firm and solid as it's from a different material. And it opens up there with a zipper to be more protective, as well as having a smaller compartment there that you can unzip, where you can have your smaller cables and accessories in there without having it get mixed up into the headset itself. And the main difference between these two devices is also the stand that I'll get into later that comes with the Voyager Focus 2. Now, starting off with the large comparisons between the two different Voyager headsets, the first thing you'll notice here is the headbands are different. The Voyager UC 43020 has a very standard firm kind here, but it is a very soft material. As you can see there, it presses up all the way to the top, so you'll get a nice soft support there. Now, coming over to the Focus 2 here, it does have a bit of a different band as to prevent the weight from pressing down your head over longer sessions, as this is more of a home computer device. It has a band that kind of compresses there, so it'll fit to the shape of your head and won't provide any uncomfortable pressure or anything like that over long sessions. The stereo quality on this is a bit more superior than the UC over here. I found it had stronger bass and overall better range, but not by a whole lot, just a margin I was able to detect when using it. The other main difference would be in the microphone. While they both stand the same and serve the same purpose, this one is longer on the UC, being better at getting closer to your mouth, so it's more of a consistent audio quality level there. And then there is also a pattern that I really enjoy having on the UC edition, where it shows you the left and right headsets there, and when I was testing it out for the first times, I put it on the wrong way multiple times, but when I picked up these headsets, I was able to orient it and just see what it was right away, which is handy when you're getting used to a brand new headset. They both do also have like the full articulation there for about 180 degrees. It's not the full 360, but more than what you'd need to do while being a comfortable fit. Now, having rotated them over, you can see that they do have buttons there. Both of them have a volume up and volume down setting, as well as a middle button. While they serve mostly the same purpose, they will have different default shortcuts. The stereo headset here for the Focus 2 is a standard media player, where when you press it down once, it plays or pauses your music. You can tap it to skip music, triple tap to rewind or go forward, and a couple other commands there that you can see in the instructions. Whereas the Voyager UC has a more social option there, where if you tap it, it provides different options like calling the last person you've recently dialed, putting someone on hold, picking up a new call and putting the previous call on hold as well, and a couple other options you can customize more in depth when you get right into it. And another main advantage that the Voyager 2 Focus has over this headset is that it does actually have the noise cancellation feature. Now, it's on the top of the same part there. Currently, it is in the 2 setting. You can have it from 3 ranges of motion. You can have it on off for no cancellation at all, 1 for just enough cancellation to kind of prevent some of the outside sounds, and 2 as high as it'll go, which will kind of dull most sounds around you, and you'll have a hard time hearing what people are saying near you. They both do have their advantages that I'll get into in a minute, but they are both very solid products. I was very surprised by how lightweight and small they are given the audio quality. Testing these out in comparison to the other headsets that I have had and am currently using, they blow them out of the water, which I was especially surprised for an on-ear set of headsets. I'm not used to this kind of quality from these devices, especially at this price point. It does have the unfortunate downside of the Bluetooth device aspect, whereas it's not a problem with the device itself, but I did notice when you are using it for your phone or you're using it on a computer with both the headset and mic, it does cause a bit of a lower quality transmission thanks to the Bluetooth technology. But it's not the headset's fault, it's just Bluetooth technology isn't there for some devices to get the audio quality and the mic recording at the same time, so it has to lower them both. To bypass this on a computer, I was able to disable the microphone and use my laptop microphone or an external mic to kind of get just the hearing on it, and then use a separate microphone, which worked great. Although if you are on a mobile device and worried about the audio quality for the receiver, the microphones are actually better than the standard iPhone and other mobile device microphone. So you won't have to worry about what the other person's hearing. It's just more your audio quality might be a little bit worse than average, but it's not that noticeable, especially when taking calls. Both headsets have a design where on the bottom of the right side you have the Bluetooth connector. Here it's in the default off setting, but when I push it down, it's now on into the Bluetooth. And if I want to pair it with my phone or any other device, all I have to do is hold it in, and then the phone will find the device, pair to it, and then it'll make a sound, and you'll be all good to go. Now again, one of the main differences between these headsets was the charging stand here, as you can see. It's a very sleek, modern design, a bit shiny on there, as you can see my reflection. Now, it only comes with the Voyager Focus, but it is compatible with both headsets. As you can see here, the charging port on both sets will allow you to place it in like this. It's a bit difficult to do with one hand, but even there you can kind of slot it in just enough. I don't have it plugged in currently, but once it does, it'll light up there, showing you that it is charging and it is going there. It will remain blue on the device while it's charging. And overall, I do quite enjoy the look of it there once I've kind of moved into the center. You can position it as you'd like. You can even rotate it a bit more there if you'd like the position to be more at an angle on your desk, depending on how you like it. Although I prefer to have it in the standard position there right in the center. It's a nice touch and it allows you to charge your device without getting in the way of anything or remaining sleek on your desk. Here I'll be taking a look at the PolyLens app by Plantronics. You can see my headset there with the battery charge and the last connection date. It has the standard settings you'd expect, but it has a lot more customization options than I'm used to with these devices and apps. As you can see there, I have the HD audio on, and you can see some ringtone settings here with online indicators. Overall, it has a lot of options that let you customize your settings to be more personal to the way you like it, especially for work. I can find this very useful. Anti-startle I will be turning on, as sometimes when you're listening to music, one song is a lot louder than the other, and it kind of helps limit it to prevent any potential hearing damage that would be caused by using the device at higher volumes. It has some other options like limiting the noise display. I do have a software update I have to download after this. And it's just a neat way to have all your device settings in one app, being able to customize it, update it on the go. And you can always uninstall the app when you're done with it and reinstall it whenever you need to. And if you've noticed a change in the audio, I am using the 4320 UC Voyager headset that record this. Overall, it's a fairly standard microphone. I can't have too many complaints. It is one of the weaker sides of the headset as far as I'm concerned, but it's more than suitable to fit most needs. Now for the Focus 2 here, I did want to point out its main strengths. The active noise cancellation combined with the superior audio quality than the UC does make it a fantastic stereo headset for all kinds of uses. The expandable head frame here allows it to be more comfortable, applying less pressure on your head, as you're not getting the full weight of the headset, even if it is very light. Over long periods of sessions of either music listening, gaming, or work, it will start to add up, especially if you're using it for both work and personal use, which is why this headband is a nice reliever of pressure. Although I will say it does not have as much of an effect of being a mobile device, as when you are wandering around like this, it does tend to bunch up against the top there, and it doesn't affect your comfort at all. I was just a little worried of it falling off my head a little there. And while it never actually did, I just had a slight worry as I had to adjust it. Now, the main concern about this type of headband is that it tends to bunch up at the top there, as you may see, where it doesn't actually affect comfort at all, but it's not as good for listening while walking as it may cause noise. And again, while the Voyager Focus has a more comfortable design for long-term sessions, I ended up using this for about 6 hours and felt no discomfort whatsoever during my use. Again, this audio quality has only a minor difference. I do find it quite excellent on both devices, although the Focus 2 had a bit more of a balanced option and a little bit deeper bass. Overall, both sound fantastic for being on your headsets. I'm still amazed by what Plantronics was able to fit into these devices, especially at this size and weight frame. I can't see this being a bother on you over long sessions, either or, depending on which option you go with. Overall, I have to say I've had a great time testing these headsets. Both of them sounded amazing and had plenty of features that kept me engaged, being useful for a multitude of uses, either from work, listening to music. I even tried it with some gaming, and the sound quality was fantastic with no delay from the Bluetooth. It does also, again, have the cables where if you don't feel like charging it, you're able to use that at the same time. And while I did prefer the Focus 2, there were plenty of features like the left and right orientation, the longer microphone, and the more comfortable headband that I did actually prefer from the UC. So I would kind of go based on depending of your needs. If you're looking for something to take on the go with you more often, work calls, I would probably go for the Voyager UC. Whereas if you're looking for something more as a personal use or kind of transitioning from home use to work use, I would usually opt for the stereo headset as it did have better quality. And if you want to learn more, you can read my full article over at the Best Buy blog, alongside all the other Plantronics technology that you can find in the links below.